Good afternoon, and welcome to the news tonight. Two more people who tested positive for coronavirus in Northern Ireland have died in the last 24-hour reporting period, according to the Department of Health. It brings the official death toll, as recorded by the department, to 2,052, although that figure is expected to increase significantly when deaths in all community settings have been accounted for. It comes on the one-year anniversary of the first coronavirus case being detected in Northern Ireland. The NICE Statistics and Research Agency puts the total number of coronavirus-related deaths in Northern Ireland by 19 February at 2,768. Read more. NICE shows weekly COVID death toll continues to fall. The latest Department of Health figures also show there have been 184 new positive cases, out of 2,174 individuals tested. In the last 7 days, there have been 1,690 positive cases. Department of Health, COVID-19 Data Dashboard. There are currently 307 people with COVID-19 being treated in hospitals across Northern Ireland, 36 of them in intensive care and 31 on ventilators. Bed occupancy is at 95%, with the Royal Victoria, South West Acute, and the Ulster Hospital all operating beyond capacity. There are also 28 confirmed and active outbreaks of COVID-19 in care homes. The latest figures come as the UK government outlined next steps in the vaccination programme. People aged 40 to 49 will be next in line, once all the over 50s and most vulnerable have been immunised, as scientific advisors have rejected prioritising frontline workers over age. Read more. COVID vaccine priority list for under 50 seconds announced. The Joint Committee on Vaccination and Immunisation (JCVI) said vaccination targeting occupational groups, such as teachers or police officers, would be more complex to deliver and may slow down the vaccine program, leaving some vulnerable people at higher risk for longer. A UK government spokeswoman said, all 4 parts of the UK will follow the recommended approach, subject to the final advice given by the Independent Expert Committee. The UK government remains on course to meet its target to offer a vaccine to all those in the Phase 1 priority groups by mid-April, and all adults by the end of July. Another news. With Charlie State having filled in for Dan Walker earlier in the week, Naga Munchetty was joined by presenter John Kay for Friday's BBC Breakfast. To bring the latest headlines to BBC viewers, Naga and John were accompanied by resident weatherman Matt Taylor and sports reporter Mike Bushell. But when Naga weighed in on one of Mike's segments, she was rather red-faced when the former Strictly star had to correct her. Sports now. Over 100 children have written letters so far as part of a growing campaign, calling for outdoors sports for young people to be allowed to restart. It comes as the executive weigh up the latest health advice ahead of publishing its roadmap out of lockdown on Monday. 11-year-old Callum Clark has become a campaigner on the issue. He's one of over 100 children who have written letters lobbying for a return of outdoor sports. Callum, who hasn't got to kick a ball with his teammates since late December, and his mum Michelle, who is part of the setup at his club Moyola in Magerfeld, believes they can get kids back into sport safely. Callum and Michelle say at a time when children are missing also school, there is much emotion for them to deal with. For now, Callum's brother Oliver is his team, mate and opponent. He dreams of playing for Manchester United one day, but at the moment, his main goal is to simply step back onto the pitch with his friends. That's it. Very latest this weekend. The weather is up next. Samsung, English Australia, female, for the everyone in the team. Thanks for watching, and have a great weekend. Go fuck yourself.